I extend my heartfelt greetings to the members of the All India Muslim Personal Law Board, the organizers of this event, and most importantly, to the strong-spirited women of Kerala who have gathered here in defense of justice and constitutional rights. I salute you. Kerala has always stood for progress, for education, and for constitutional values. So let this gathering mark the beginning of a larger movement led by women, grounded in community, and driven by the belief that India belongs to all of us equally. I stand here before you not just as a member of parliament, but as an Indian who believes in the values of plurality, equality, and secularism. Values that also lie at the heart of our constitution. And today, the purpose for which we have gathered here is to save the constitution and to save the Waqf. So to begin, I would first like to discuss what we are actually talking about, what Waqf actually means. Waqf properties have historically been created by the community, for the community lands, and institutions established to fund education, healthcare, orphanages, dargahs, qabristans, masjids, and for social welfare. This has been the oldest and most enduring models of community-led public good in our country. For centuries, the Waqf system has supported lakhs of Indians, especially the marginalized, without dependence on the state. But the new amendments hands over unprecedented powers to the central government to manage, oversee, and even dispose of these lands. It takes away the community's self-reliance and replaces it with top-down political interference. It disregards the wisdom, history, and self-governance of this community. So this is not a reform, this is control. And control without consultation is not governance, it is overreach. This bill violates Article 226 of our Constitution, which guarantees every religious institution the right to manage its own affairs in matters of religion and its associated institution. As Dr. B.R. Ambedkar rightly said, the Constitution is not a mere lawyer's document. It is a vehicle of life, and its spirit is always the spirit of the age. And the spirit of our times demands decentralization, inclusion, and respect for pluralism. So this amendment must be rejected, and for that we have to unite. Ayakyam. This amendment paves the way for centralized control of Waqf properties. It gives unprecedented powers to the government to take control and to supervise and even dispose our properties. So the Waqf institutions is for our community, has been one of the oldest traditions through which this community has survived, its women have survived, and our culture has survived. It is often assumed that land, law, and governance are distant from women's lives. But that assumption has never applied to Muslim women, and certainly not to the women gathered here today. And in this, we are not silent spectators. Muslim women are stakeholders, we are beneficiaries, contributors, and leaders within our Waqf ecosystem. We have run madrasas, women's shelters, and community kitchens all through the ecosystem. The erosion of Waqf institution is an erosion of our space, our voice, and our agency. So this government on the one hand talks of Nari Shakti, but it is dismantling institutions that allow women-led community welfare. So let us ask, whose empowerment are they really talking about? This is nothing but a constitutional crisis. If Waqf lands can be taken over today, tomorrow it could be a Christian charitable trust, a Sikh Gurudwara properties, or any other religious endowments. This is not just a Muslim issue, it is an Indian issue, an issue of preserving the secular soul of our republic. So let us be clear, this is not about land, this is about rights, it is about dignity, it is about the limits of government power, and it is about the future of constitutional India. Our demands are very clear. We call for the immediate withdrawal of the Waqf Amendment Act. We demand the restoration of the autonomy of state Waqf boards free from central interference. We urge the protection of minority rights as guaranteed under Article 26, 29 and 30 of the Constitution, and we insist on community consultation before any amendment is made. These demands are not political, they are constitutional, they are moral, and they are just. These demands are for the community. So let us remember that when our rights are denied, our presence is denied. When our institutions are weakened, our voice is weakened. And rights for us are not handed out, they are fought for, protected, and lived through. When the government tries to silence us, we must speak louder. When it tries to divide us, we must unite together. And Kerala has always led the way in intellectual resistance, in progressive thought, and in constitutional action. So let this conference be the beginning of a nationwide movement to protect Waqf, to defend our constitution, and to uphold the dignity of every Indian citizen. I will end my speech by the very famous saying that when injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty. And when this resistance is rooted in unity, even the smallest voices echo like thunder. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair.